Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Uh, First time I'm doing a video this soon after another one that I just did. I'm here with my cat, Sig. He was on my bed here. He just wanted to come out and get held, so I thought I'd give him some love. Yeah, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. Okay. Anyway, first off, thank you so much to everyone who watched my previous video on Rhea Ripley. It has like almost 200 views, and it's funny, when I did my last video about wrestling news, that raked in almost 140 views. So I mean, if you guys want to see more of that content, maybe do short little news segments like that, let me know. It's definitely something I'm considering. So I'm thinking of revamping different parts of my channel. And I have another project that I'm kind of working on that I'll let you guys know about very soon. But today, people have been nostalgic for 2016 for some reason. It's been a big trend this year, I guess because it's 10 years since that year. A lot of big things happened in 2016. There was an election. My team, my city, Cleveland Cavaliers. Let me see if I have one sec. I'm gonna look for something. All right. I don't have it. I thought I had like a Cavs hat or something. But my team, the Cleveland Cavaliers, won their first ever championship 10 years ago this Friday. One of the coolest moments in my life. Just such a cool time because that's actually a week before my birthday. My birthday is June 26th, and they won it June 19th. So that was really cool. A lot of things in the music world. The movie La La Land was released 10 years ago. Drake's Views became, I believe, the most streamed album of all time. I'm thinking it was either that, I think it was Views by Drake. Kanye West released Life of Pablo as a Tidal exclusive. And yeah, some other really interesting things. And I thought, everyone talks about 2016 as if it was this terrible year for music, but I beg to differ. And I have some CDs and vinyls I'm going to show you about what I think was the best music of that year. Tell some personal stories about each one. But first off, on my Funko Pops over here, I started displaying them. I'll go through each one. That's kind of a little intro to this video. So this is one that my oldest brother gave me when he moved out. He said I could have it. It's a set that he had of a Sand Trooper and a Dewback. Star Wars, pretty cool. This is one that I bought a few years ago now. It's Rick Deckard from Blade Runner, which is probably my favorite movie, up there with some of my favorites. And then, of course, got my girl herself, Rhea Ripley here, her WrestleMania 40 attire. It's pretty sweet. And I don't know what that is. I think my friend gave me that. Anyway, so I'm gonna go through here and talk about some albums. Start with the CDs here. Now, in 2016 was also a pivotal year. Get the camera. So, 2016 was also a pivotal year because we lost three great artists. We lost Prince, sadly, in 2016 at the age of 57, 58, around that range. We lost Leonard Cohen at the age of 80. And we lost this artist first in January. And if someone was to come up and ask me, is this the best album of his? I wouldn't argue with you. It's great. David Bowie's Black Star. There's a photo of him right there. Yeah, I remember when this album came out. This album's awesome. I re-listened to it recently. And there's only 6 songs on here, I think. 7 songs. Sorry, 7 songs. But every one of them is great. The title track I love. 'Tis a Pity, She Was a Whore. Lazarus is probably the best song on here, in my opinion. Sue or In a Season of Crime is great. Girl Loves Me. I love Dollar Days. That's probably my second favorite after Lazarus. Of course, I Can't Give Everything Away. A touching final song to this final masterpiece by David Bowie. Now, this next album is from a band that my sister, my oldest sister, this is one of her favorite bands, and she got me into them with the previous album to this. But this one, I don't know, I think this one is the stronger album overall because I think it's, even though it's longer, it's better sequenced. This is the 1975. Take it out so you can see the artwork a little better. The 1975, I Like It When You Sleep, for You're So Beautiful Yet So Unaware of It. Creepy album title aside, this is a great album. Like I said, I do like the debut a lot. The debut had these really dark, kind of almost ethereal synths, maybe some very experimental percussion and production, but this one is more bright, and you can definitely tell by the album cover. It has the pink pastel with the white background there. This album is full of hits. Love Me, Somebody Else, She's American, The Sound, Ugh, probably one of my favorite songs of theirs, Paris. The one thing that drags this album down is the song This Must Be My Dream, which I think is one of their worst songs. I can't stand it. Didn't like it in 2016. Can't stand it now. This must be my dream. Ugh. Just makes me want to gag thinking about it. But great album by 1975. This is an album, I'm going to mention my friend Andrew a couple times because he loves this album. And I was late to the party on this one. This is Young the Giant, Home of the Strange. Now, I love early Young the Giant, like their self-titled debut. Parts of Mind Over Matter as well. But this album is really, really good too. This one has a lot more of those Eastern influence, like the Indian kind of influences here. There's also some really great production as well. America is great. Something to Believe In, big single. Elsewhere, Jungle Youth, Repeat, Silver Tongue, of course the title track, Home of the Strange. Great album. Now, the first couple years of my formative music years, I was basically whatever classic rock my parents would have me listen to. But if there's one thing about classic rock fans, even those like my parents who grew up in the 70s, they have respect for this band. They're kind of lumped in because they were contemporaries of that sound, which is Radiohead. In May 8th, 2016, out of the blue, Radiohead released A Moon-Shaped Pool. This is a great album. I like this album because it's different than anything they've done. It's very, very noisy record, weirdly enough. Has very chaotic production, but also some very ambient. It's a mix between chaotic ambience, ambiance almost. It's really, really pretty when you listen to it. Love Burn the Witch, one of their best songs. Dex Dark, Desert Island Disc. I really love Full Stop as well. Identikit is a little bit more dancey, kind of goes back into that Kid A sound. Tinker, Tailor, Soldier, Sailor, Rich Man, Poor Man, Beggar Man, Thief is really, really good. And True Love Waits, of course, was recorded live in 2001. But this is a great Radiohead album. This might be top 5 for me. Thinking of maybe ranking their albums. I don't know. I don't know if I want to wait if they're ever going to release anything again, but this is a great album. Moon-Shaped Pool. Okay. Band that just very underrated in my opinion. from Minnesota, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Night Moves, Penny Days. Anyone heard this album before? They kind of do almost a retro, like a retro yacht rock or kind of psychedelic pop elements in there too. There's the two main members of the band. There. Really great songs on here. Carl Sagan is kind of a classic as far as indie rock. Denise, Don't Want to See You Cry. Border on Borders, amazing. Hiding in the Melody. Only to Live in Your Memories is probably one of my favorite songs of all time. So check out Night Moves, Penny Days, if you never have. And now we go to my favorite band. Show you. Animal Collective. There all three of them are. And this album, which is very much not loved by a lot of Animal Collective fans, Painting With. Now, when I first heard this album a few years ago, I really liked it. It was fun, very bouncy, get those Beach Boys harmonies in there. Re-listening to this album, I was annoyed. This album is very, very annoying. It has, it's good. I still like some songs from it, but I can definitely understand why people don't like this. My main problem with this album is my main problem with a lot of their songs that I don't like. I feel like they put unfinished songs out and they just throw a bunch of bull crap on top of it. And I would like, because they can make great fleshed out songs, but this one they kind of just throw shit at the wall a lot of the time. I always love Floridada with Colin Stetson on saxophone. Recycling, check listening. Hocus Pocus, I was actually kind of annoyed by, and I always used to like that one. Lying in the Grass is fun. Vertical, I've always really liked. Natural Selection's great. Spilling Guts, I really like. Summing the Wretch, I used to like, but I don't. Golden Gal's great, and Recycling has actually grown on me a lot. So this is never going to be like a top 5 Animal Collective album for me, but I have fun with this record. Painting With, Animal Collective. Alright, now we go to the vinyls here. Vinyl records. I might do a protein shake break. How's everyone doing so far? GNC brand chocolate protein. Anyway, let's go to the vinyls here. Starting with a modern band that my father actually really likes. He got into them through my sister, their album Only by the Night, which is considered their classic, and I really like this album. Some people think this album's kind of boring indie rock, but I have fun with this record. Kings of Leon, Walls, We Are Like Love Songs. I think this is a fun record. Got the gatefold there. It comes with a booklet, which I won't go through because it's kind of flimsy. I think I ripped it a little bit when I last went through it. Yeah, so many fun songs on this album. Love, Waste a Moment, Reverend, Around the World, Muchacho, Eyes on You, Conversation Piece. It's never going to be one of their best albums, but it's still one that I can put on and just have a blast while listening to. So Kings of Leon, Walls. Alright, speaking of Animal Collective, this is an album I was kind of late to the party on. Deacon, Sleep Cycle. Deacon, of course, being Josh Dibb, the guitarist for this band. Yeah, I gotta say, first time I heard this album, I wasn't too impressed with it, but it grew on me over time. And obviously, gatefold there. I think that this album is great for just listening on a rainy fall, cold evening. Some really great experimentation on here. I think it's mostly just him. Golden Chords is great, Just Am. Footy is probably my favorite. Good House. This album is definitely in that experimental folk vein, if you like, Devendra Banhart, Jose Gonzalez, artists like that, Sun City Girls. this is definitely for you. So if you're into some experimental folk music, highly recommend Sleep Cycle by Deacon. And we're almost at the end. I have two more albums. One of them is from a band who I don't hear talked about that much for some reason, but they were kind of in the same kind of noisy, kind of psychedelic pop vein as Animal Collective. I don't think they ever got that big other than a couple albums. But we have Yesayer, Amen, and Goodbye. I always loved this album cover, the artwork. I don't know, it just was always cool to me. Back, and then the artwork there, and then gatefold. Yeah, this is a great kind of experimental pop record. I always really like I Am Chemistry is great. Dead Sea Scrolls is probably my favorite song on here. Divine Simulacrum? Simulacrum? I don't know how to pronounce that. Cold Night's great. Prophecy Gun, and Silly Me. Try listening to the song Silly Me off this record, and it is one of the catchiest songs I've ever heard in my life. So I highly, highly recommend Amen and Goodbye by Yesayer. All right. Last one. Andrew, if you're watching, I have you to thank for this. So in 2018, I was talking to my friend Andrew about what music he had been into recently. And he said, man, I love this band called Glass Animals. I'm like, cool name. And then he sent me their song Other Side of Paradise and Youth from this album, How to Be a Human Being by Glass Animals. This is a special pressing here. It's on the Vinyl Me Please. I believe this is on blue. I have a dark blue. Really cool. And then this one comes with a poster. I might actually get this framed. I'm actually thinking about it. It's pretty cool. Yeah, this is I'll get into why I love this album so much in a minute here. It's kind of annoying to put everything back because sometimes it. This album is great because this is what an indie pop or art pop or experimental pop record should be, in my opinion. This is very commercial, has some very commercial songs on it. Life Itself probably being among those. But this is commercial, but it still has some artistic value to it. It still has interesting song structures, interesting key changes. I think they do that so well on this album. Some of my favorite songs include Season 2, Episode 3, Pork Soda, of course, Take a Slice, and of course Agnes, the harrowing ending song on this album. Yeah, highly, highly recommend How to Be a Human Being by Glass Animals. That's all I got, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know what you think of these picks. Also, subscribe to my friend Trenton's channel, Relic Grove, and my friend Jake's channel, Jacob Tinnerman. All right, thank you guys so much. Bye.